Hey girl, welcome back to Girls Who UGC. This is the first time I am showing my face in terms of this podcast. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, I obviously show my face, but I'm super excited to be on camera live with you. Hello, and if you are just listening, hello. This obviously wouldn't make any sense. Anyway, let's just get into today's. I keep wanting to put my hair behind my ear, but if you have braids, it just doesn't fit behind the ear in a good way, and then you just look like an elf or something. I don't know, whatever. It looks weird, whatever. So today we are going to be talking about the mindset of doing UGC and the rush that you get. And I think I talked about this briefly over on my TikTok at beautifulandwell, if you want to follow me over there. But let's just talk about it. So when you have a video that goes viral, you obviously want to run it back as many times as you possibly can before the audience gets tired of it. And you want to be creative. Obviously, you want to tweak little things here and there, small things, but the gist of the video is the same. So mind you, one of the accounts that I'm on, I've had this green screen, and if you do UGC, you will know, or if you're about to get into it, you will quickly learn that the green screen videos are a straight money grab. What do you mean? I come in with a little hook. I show me reacting to the video. I end with a few seconds of words. I get paid. God is just so good, because what do you mean? It's the easiest money I've ever made in my entire life. And so, of course, I want to run it back, because I had one of those videos go viral. Mind you, a lot of the times you'll get scripts. So it wasn't even an original idea, which obviously also feels like a cash grab. So I run it back. The script came out. I immediately run it back from my bed, mind you, this bed right here. I run it back. It goes viral. It hits the cap of the commissions that I can get, which, side note, make sure that you are negotiating. Once you start doing this, make sure that you try to negotiate having no caps for your commission. Because I had experience, and had I known this, I would have negotiated the terms a bit better. But whatever, we're here now and whatever. So it goes viral. I get $1,000 bet. Let me try to run it back again. It goes viral again, get another 1,000. Let's run it back again. It goes viral. I get another 1,000. Then they're like, guys, this format did so well last week. Let's do it again. Let's put it on rotation. I run it back today, or a couple days ago. It just now hit where I'm now getting the $1,000. And that's what it's capped at. And mind you, I've posted this variation of video a couple other times throughout this period, maybe like 3 other times, and it didn't. But there's one other one that I think it's at maybe 87K right now, but I needed to get up there, needed to get to 500K. And that's why cpms is so important. You want to be on accounts where it has a bonus structure. And so, for example, one of the accounts that I'm on, if you get a video that gets 1 million views, you get $1,000. But what about all the little incremental milestones up to that? And that's, again, I was new. I didn't know that I potentially could have negotiated that for myself, right? But now, since you are here and you're learning, this can be something that you keep in the back of your mind. Because again, I've had videos do well, and I could have been making money when it hit certain milestones. Usually they'll do bonuses for 10K, 25K, 50K, 100K, 250K, 500K, a million, 5 million plus. And those could be $1 per every 1,000 views, or $1.50 per every 1,000 views, or it could vary depending on what view amount you get. This is hurting my hand. I'm trying to be all professional with my little mic. I honestly don't even know if the audio is even audioing, but it's whatever. And aren't my nails cute? I just got them done. I'm like a natural girly, but your girl is going through some really hard life transitions right now, and I just feel like I needed to switch some things up. I need to take my braids out, but this was the closest thing I could doing something to switch it up before I take these out. But also, this is why I didn't want to go on video, because I be on side quests sometimes. So if you're not here for the side quests, I'm sorry. But so let's get back into it. So ran that video back. So I say all this to say it is such a rush when you post, because the potentiality, is that a word? It is today. You know what that is going to be. This could potentially go viral and I could just make more money. And I hate the fact that, I'm not going to say I love money, because I don't. I love the opportunities and the freedom and the confidence that it gives me, because when I wasn't making money, I just carried myself different. Although I always felt like I was meant for more. There was just bigger things to come. My current reality, how do I explain this? Who I feel myself to be just hasn't caught up yet. My present self just didn't catch up yet with who I envision myself to be, if that makes sense. So then when you start making more money, you just don't tolerate certain things. You just realize that you don't really need to be in certain situations. You don't need to be appeasing certain things, or you could just be your real self, because you could leave those situations if you don't care to be in them anymore, quite frankly. And especially as women, I think that we should always be putting ourselves in positions where we can just honor ourselves and stand up for ourselves, advocate for ourselves, and not be in anything that we don't want to be in. Because maybe you guys know, maybe you guys haven't, I really haven't talked a lot about it, but I used to dabble in sugar daddy-esque things. I wasn't doing the thing, as the kids say, I wasn't getting cracked for money. That is so, who came up with that? Anyway, I was not doing that, but I was doing some things that I just wasn't proud of. And when I told my friends about it, of course, these were worldly friends back in the day, and that should be your first thing. If you're trying to walk with Christ, don't be trying to get advice from worldly people, because that is just not the advice that you want. And thank God that the Lord put me in a position to make good old Christian girlfriends. My first group of mostly Black friends in my life at that. But these are all of my girlfriends. They are so kind. They all love Jesus. And whenever I need advice on literally anything, they're all so Bible centric and just giving me sound wisdom. And you need that, because not everybody is for you, and not everybody is giving you the best advice. And maybe they know it consciously or unconsciously. The unconsciously is the worst, because they don't even know that they are just leading you down a path to, you know what, this episode is not about that, but I don't even know where I was going with that. And I don't want to go off on a tangent, but you just need sound advice. Truly, I don't know where I was going with that, and I hope it comes back. Well, that's just another life. Oh, here we go. So when I had previously told some of my worldly friends about what I had been doing and my sugar daddy-esque things, they were just like, oh, it's not that bad, whatever. And maybe it wasn't, but I felt convicted about it. And I say that to say, I was so afraid of leaving that life behind, because I was like, oh, well, what if I don't make the same amount of money? Fear had me in a chokehold. It was awful. But God turned it around, okay? He said, girl, you can leave that. I got you. And he truly did, because at this point in time, I've probably made the amount of money I made doing that, I've made it doing UGC, and it's good and it's clean and it's wholesome. And I don't have to go to sleep at night feeling like I sold part of my soul, or feeling like I was living in the shadows, because for so long I felt like I was living in the shadows. I had to be deleting my texts and just locking some of my albums. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to live in the light. I'm trying to live for the Lord. So if you are somebody who's been in one of those positions, or you are in the spicy dancer industry, or you are a military spouse like I was, or you're just anybody, a student, and you're just trying to make some extra money, UGC will help you get there. And I hope that for you. And I hope that you take all the lessons and everything that I've did my best to share in this series, and you put them to work. And of course, if you ever have any questions, I will put my email either somewhere on the screen or in the description of this video, but you can email me at, maybe I should make a separate one, but for now, you can email me at Ericahardy.ugc@gmail.com, and I'll make sure to get back to those as quickly as I can. But I want to leave you with this, because obviously I said this episode was about mindset. When it's good, just praise the Lord and always say, how good can it get? That is my mantra when I see things blowing up and going viral, Lord, because I know all of it comes from Him. I am just the vessel. I am doing absolutely nothing on my own. It is all thanks to the Lord. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. I always ask Him, how good can it get? And He keeps showing me, because He's a good God. He keeps showing me how good it can get, truly. And I love that. And so just be in this place of humbleness, of it's not you. Don't let your ego get too big because, again, things could flop, right? But how good can it get in this kind of spirit expectancy of genuine curiosity and of fun? Because not everything will go viral, and you got to be okay with that, because if you start sitting in, oh, things aren't going well, I'm not a creator, I should get out of this, that energy is not gonna be good. That is not conducive to getting views, because people can read, or not, well, they can read it, but they can feel your energy, right? And if you're doom and gloom, but if you even try to fake it, because I've tried to fake it, or accounts that you really don't want to be on but you need the money, I feel like that definitely comes through. So just keep that in mind. And it is definitely a dopamine hit. I will say it is. Your girl had a past life, to say the least. And so when I tell you, when things go viral, it feels like illicit activity that I no longer partake in, but it feels like that. It's so good because, I don't know, it's like that dopamine, and you want to do more of it because it's like, oh, I'm getting a reward. I feel like doing Tech UGC is the closest thing you can get to achieving that instant gratification. It's not like you post and bam, the next second it hits. But like I said, that first video that I recently did, the green screen, I made that 1,000 within 24 hours. And I would say that's the closest. And of course, I didn't get, accounts will do payouts on different schedules. This particular account, whatever, I said it weird the first time. They do payouts every month. So it's not like I got the money in that 24 hours, but I know they're good for it, and I've already gotten payouts from them, and the company is pretty big as well, so it's great. So stay humble, keep running things back, start treating it like a business. Maybe I'll go over that in a separate episode, because I feel like I'm just now getting into this mindset. I've always treated it like a business in terms of making sure that I'm doing the work, that I'm just trying to make the videos the best that I can. But I think now, being in I think this is month 7, I'm focused more on the analytics, and maybe that is something that I would have focused on a little bit sooner to really capitalize on. And I feel like people are like, oh, posting time doesn't matter. I feel like it matters. I need to be looking at when people are going to be on so I can really maximize the post, because if it's a great post but the audience isn't there, then it doesn't have a good chance of blowing up and going viral. So just a lot of things that I think about when I make videos, because of course I want them to do well. So I think just taking it serious from the jump is going to really catapult you into having the best success possible. This video is getting long. I will see you in the next episode, but I love you. And here's to getting into UGC, because we got only a few months left until 2026 is wrapped up. We need to get on it. I'll see you later.